What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Wednesday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. This podcast being brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. You guys play $5, you get $50 instantly in Pick 6 credits when you use the code JUICE at sign up, and all players get up to a 50% bonus on your winnings when it comes to this week, week 13 of the NFL. You must pick NFL games and you must opt in for that to qualify for the DraftKings Pick 6. So we have been good. 5 of the last 7 days have been winning days for the Daily Juice. We are up over 4 units over the last 7 days, so that is good. We've had a good month of November, on our way to a winning month after a losing month of October. Good to get back onto the winning ways here in November. We won in September, lost in October. Looks like we'll win in November if we keep on going on the current path that we're on right now. Another 2-1 day yesterday. We went 4-0 on Sunday. We went 2-1 on Monday. Went 2-1 on Tuesday. San Diego State, I was there for that butt kicking they gave the Creighton Blue Jays. I thought that would happen. Houston had a lead late and then blew it in overtime to Alabama, so we didn't get the sweep. But Kansas wins outright against Duke, so I can still bet on Duke games because I finally got a Duke game right with KU plus 3.5. They won the game outright up against Duke. So a 2-1 mark yesterday. So for today, I have an NBA play. I have a college basketball play. I have an NHL play. And I'll have NBA player props for you guys on the BettingPros app. 1 or 2, depending on how the day goes. I'll give you NBA player props on the BettingPros app. Go and search at Sports Talk Matt, and you will see the plays on the BettingPros app for today, and NBA prop 1 or 2 to be on the card, to be found on the BettingPros app by going there and just searching, downloading the BettingPros app, and then searching at Sports Talk Matt. Go and follow me, and I'll give you a couple plays, 1 or 2, for NBA player props. Before we give you the picks for today, let me tell you about our friends at Edge Boost. They are back as a sponsor for us here on the Daily Juice. Looking for a way to get cash back to load funds on your favorite sports book or daily fantasy site? Edge Boost, the financial platform for smart bettors, allows you to do just that, and here's how it works. You go to bettingpros.com/boost and enter your information to sign up for their digital Visa debit card. Link your Edge cash back Visa card to any sportsbook, daily fantasy site, sweep site, horse racing operator, iCasino, or land-based casino digital wallet, and for a limited time, you will earn 0.5% in cash back on all deposits with no limit. Some advantages are Edge Boost allows you to instantly load and withdraw funds to and from your favorite platforms. No more waiting period when you're trying to transfer funds from one sportsbook to another to catch that line you've had your eye on. Edge Boost pays you every time for every transaction just for using the card. Depending on how many times you withdraw and redeposit, you can earn thousands in cash back. There are no minimums or costs to maintain an account. Edge only makes money when you use the card, and they pass along the significant portion of that as cash back. The card is backed by a no fee, no minimum, FDIC insured dedicated betting bank account, meaning no more frozen accounts or transaction reviews, just a safe place to which to deposit and withdraw your money. Sign up today through bettingpros.com/boost and lock in your 0.5% cash back offer for a limited time. That's bettingpros.com/boost to go and sign up today. Okay, let's start today. And let's talk a little bit about the NCAA, the college basketball. So I'm going to stay with the tournament that we were good with. We 1-1 yesterday, but let's stay with San Diego State. They'll take on Oregon today in their second game in Vegas at MGM. Now, I won't be at the Creighton game, so Creighton might beat Texas A&M, but I'm not getting involved in that game. The Jays are a mess at the moment. I think the Jays probably win that game. I won't be there, so it's safe to bet the Creighton Blue Jays. They're now 0-3 in Vegas with me there. Saturday, I'll be there for the game on Saturday. You can fade Creighton on Saturday, depending on who they wind up playing. But this game, Oregon against San Diego State, I was extremely impressed with San Diego State. Now, against the number, San Diego State has been okay this year. They're 1-2. They just covered their first game yesterday against the Creighton Blue Jays. They were catching 4.5 at close. I told you the Jays should not have been favored. San Diego State should have been favored. They won the game by 18 points. Oregon won their game by 10 against Texas A&M, but they did it for coming behind again. They were down at Oregon State. They came back and won the game by 3. They were down to A&M. They came back and won the game. Eventually, that catches up to you. When you start going down in the first half and start losing games in the first half, eventually that catches up with you. I like this San Diego State team a lot. KenPom has this as a 2-point win for Oregon, 70-68, right on the number of 138 from a total perspective. If we're talking about a low-scoring game, 1, I like the dog. But 2, I like San Diego State's chances to win the game. If we're in a rock fight here, I like San Diego State. For 1, that's how they play. Secondly, just looking at the way that they have come out offensively, they shot the lights out yesterday. If they shoot 50% from behind the three-point line, not many teams are going to lose to. Oregon's won 6 games in a row. 1 loss to Gonzaga, that was San Diego State, but I think that's a huge learning experience to take on Gonzaga. It showed against the Creighton Blue Jays. I think, look, Dana Altman's the former coach of the Creighton Blue Jays. He's the coach of Oregon. I think it's a good shot San Diego State wins the game outright, but I'll take the points. San Diego State plus 3.5 here up against Oregon for 1.1 units. To the NBA we go. The Oklahoma City Thunder are at the Golden State Warriors. Numbers 2.5. Home dog Warriors. Really? Warriors are 10-7 this year on ATS, but at home they're 4-3 ATS. OKC though 5-2 on the road ATS. They're better road ATS than home ATS. But the last time these teams played, Oklahoma City was at home. They were laying 6.5 points and they lost by 11. Now revenge factor might come into play here, but again, I have a home dog for the Warriors. They laid 13 against Brooklyn their last game. They laid 7 against Atlanta, 7 against Memphis, 2.5 against Dallas, 3 against New Orleans, 9 against the Clippers. The only time they were a dog so far this year at home, they were catching 1.5 points to New Orleans back on the 29th of October, and they won the game by 15 points. Like, the Warriors are home dogs. It's sort of just an automatic play for me when you're looking at the Golden State Warriors and I'm catching points on a team that's really, really good and really difficult to face. Look, at home, they're 5-2 ATS. Same record for Oklahoma City. They're 5-2 ATS, but I got back-to-back losses for the Warriors, including a loss to the Brooklyn Nets, 128-120. Back-to-back wins for Oklahoma City after losing 2 games. I think we're getting a low point here for the Warriors, a chance to come back in here and grab it. I like Golden State plus 2.5 for 1.1 units. And finally to hockey. How about this? To the over. The Vegas Golden Knights are 14-6-2 to the over this year. They're taking on the Colorado Avalanche, who are 14-7-1. To the over this year, they are the second and third most profitable over teams in the NHL. At home this year, the Avalanche are 10-1-1 to the over. 10-1-1 to the over. On the flip side, the Vegas Golden Knights on the road, not as good, but not bad. They're 6-4-2 to the over. I don't care who's in net. You look at the way these teams have played, 8-4 was the first game, won by Vegas in Vegas, 8-4. Total of 6.5. Here's game number 2. Vegas, 5-4 winners against the Flyers in a shootout in their last game. 6-2 winners against Montreal the game before that. The Avalanche, 8-2 losers to Tampa Bay. They were furiously mad after losing that game. 7-4 on the road to Florida. Avalanche at home have just been over. Look at their last 5-2 loss to Washington. 4-2, that was the one game that pushed against the LA Kings. 3-2 was the under against Nashville back on the 11th of November, but 6-4 against Carolina, 6-3 against Seattle, 5-2 against Tampa, 5-2 against Chicago, 5-4 against Ottawa. These guys, it doesn't matter who's in net for Colorado. They're 12-10 on the year, 6-6 at home. Vegas is 6-4-2 on the road, 14-6-2 overall. Over 6.5 between these two teams, just playing the numbers here. Vegas and Colorado, over 6.5 goals for 1.1 units. All right, so the plays for today, we're taking San Diego State plus 3.5 up against Oregon for 1.1 units. We're taking the Warriors at home against OKC at plus 2.5 for 1.1 units. In Colorado and Vegas, we're going over 6.5 for 1.1 units. NBA player prop to be given out 1 or 2 on the BettingPros app. Download it now and search for @SportsTalkMatt. Go ahead and follow my account, and you'll be notified when I put the player prop up or 2 player props up for the NBA later on today on this pre-Thanksgiving holiday. If you're going out, by the way, on Wednesday night, it's like New Year's Eve is called amateur night, but Wednesday night at the bar back at home is number 2 for amateur night. Just be smart tonight, guys. Don't be stupid, okay? Don't wind up in jail on Thanksgiving and having your family having to come and bail you out. Be smart, okay? Be smart. Don't be stupid. Enjoy yourself. Have fun, but be smart tonight if you're going out. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials @SportsTalkMatt. Every morning, it's the Daily Juice Podcast presented by DraftKings.